Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surbhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 6th of March. Indian Foreign Minister meets her Kenyan counterpart in New Delhi. Very closely following reports of F-16 misuse by Pakistan, says US State Department. And at least 16 killed in terror attack in eastern Afghanistan. And now for all the details. Kenyan Foreign Minister Monica Juma, who is on a 3-day visit to India, met her Indian counterpart Sushma Swaraj in New Delhi on Wednesday to boost ties between the two countries. During delegation-level talks, both the leaders discussed development cooperation, defense and security, and culture and people-to-people ties.
Kenyan Foreign Minister Monica Juma met her Indian counterpart Sushma Swaraj in New Delhi on Wednesday to boost ties between the two countries. Juma, who is on a 3-day visit to India, co-chaired India-Kenya Joint Commission meeting with Swaraj and discussed modalities for Indian investment in Kenya and strengthening cooperation at the regional and multilateral levels. They also discussed issues including terrorism and maritime security.
International terrorism is one of the biggest challenges for the world, and we believe that all countries should join hands in overcoming this scourge.
Relations between Kenya and India date back to centuries before England imported Indian workers to construct a railway line from the Indian Ocean coast at Mombasa to Kampala, the capital of neighboring Uganda.
Villagers living close to the border in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province were shifted to relief camps after neighboring Pakistan continued to violate ceasefire on Tuesday. There has been a spate of ceasefire violations by Pakistan along the border in the past few days.
With a spike in incidents of cross-border firing by Pakistan along the frontier in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir, the villagers living close to the line of control in Poonch district of the province were shifted to relief camps on Tuesday. More than 13 families have been shifted to relief camps where they are being provided with all basic amenities, including food, drinking water and medical facilities by the local authorities. The Pakistani troops reportedly continued to resort to ceasefire violations along the de facto border in Nowshera and Sundarbani sectors of the province on Wednesday.
2-3-4 दिन से जो फायरिंग सलोत्री में हो रही है उसकी वजह से हमारे जो मकान में बिल्कुल ख़त्म हो चुके हैं।
शेलिंग वाले दिन जो है हमने ये 13 फैमिलियां यहाँ पे शिफ्ट की थी जिसमें कुल जो है वो 49 आदमी थे जिसमें 16 बच्चे हैं और बाकी मेल फीमेल हैं। इनको जो है यहाँ पे हमारे कैंप में जो है हर चीज़ प्रोवाइड की जाती है। इनको खाना जो है 3 टाइम का खाना भी है और जो मेडिकल फैसिलिटी है और किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम है वो जो है हम की देख रेख के लिए 24 आवर्स यहाँ पे जो है मुझे लगाया हुआ है।
The troops of arch rivals, India and Pakistan, intermittently exchanged fire across the border, despite an agreement in 2003 that a ceasefire should be observed along the working boundary. Both New Delhi and Islamabad blame each other for resorting to unprovoked firings.
A top State Department official has said the US is very closely following the reports claiming that Pakistan misused US-made F-16 fighter jets against India in the recent aerial confrontation between the air forces of the two countries. He said Washington is seeking more information from Islamabad on the issue.
A top State Department official, Robert Palladino, has said the US is very closely following the reports which have claimed that Pakistan misused American-made F-16 fighter jets against India in the recent aerial confrontation between the air forces of the two countries. The Indian Air Force last Thursday displayed parts of an AMRAAM, Beyond Visual Range Air-to-Air missile, as evidence to prove that Pakistan deployed F-16 fighter jets during an aerial raid targeting Indian military installations after India's anti-terror operation inside Pakistan.
Hi everybody.
While responding to questions that Pakistan has violated the end-user agreement on F-16 that it procured from the United States, Palladino said US is seeking more information from Pakistan on the potential misuse. Pakistan has claimed that no F-16 fighter jets were used.
So we've seen those reports, and we're following that issue very closely. I can't confirm anything, but as a matter of policy, we don't publicly comment on the contents of bilateral agreements that we have in this regard involving U.S. defense technologies, nor the communications that we have with other countries about that. So we're taking a look, and we're going to continue to take a look.
Tensions between India and Pakistan flared up after a suicide bomb attack by Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed killed at least 40 security personnel in India's Jammu and Kashmir on February 14th. India launched a counter-terror operation inside Pakistan on February 26th. The next day, Pakistan Air Force retaliated and downed an Indian fighter jet and captured its pilot, Wing Commander Abhinandan Vardhaman, who was handed over to India last Friday.
In news from Afghanistan, at least 16 persons were killed after suicide bombers and gunmen attacked construction company office in Afghanistan's eastern Jalalabad city on Wednesday. Officials said 5 attackers were also killed in the clashes that followed. No terror group immediately claimed responsibility for the attack.
Suicide bombers and gunmen attacked a construction company office in Afghanistan's eastern Jalalabad city on Wednesday, killing at least 16 employees, including several of its guards, a provincial official said. The attack began when 2 suicide bombers set off the explosive outside the company office close to Nangarhar airport, and gunmen then opened fire. 5 attackers, including 2 bombers and 3 gunmen, were killed in the clashes with security forces, officials said. There was no immediate claim of responsibility. Jalalabad is the capital of Nangarhar province, which is on the border with Pakistan. It has become the main stronghold in Afghanistan of Islamic State, which has grown into one of the country's most dangerous militant group since it appeared around the beginning of 2015.
More news from Afghanistan. Special Envoy for Consensus on Peace in Afghanistan, Mohammad Umar Daudzai, on Tuesday said the US cannot reach an agreement with the Taliban about the withdrawal of foreign forces as it has sealed a bilateral security agreement with the country. Daudzai said the troop pullout can only be tackled in line with the Afghan-US Security Pact signed in 2014.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani's Special Envoy for Consensus on Peace, Mohammad Umar Daudzai, on Tuesday reiterated that the US cannot reach an agreement with the Taliban on the withdrawal of foreign forces and that the troop pullout will be tackled in line with the Afghan-US Security Pact. Daudzai made the remarks referring to the Bilateral Security Agreement or BSA sealed between the US and Afghanistan. He said the US in Afghanistan is in line with the security agreement which was signed with the Afghan government in 2014.
معاهده امنیتی با دولت داشته باشی و موافقه خروج باز با یک گروه میکنی این خود تعقل سیاسی نمیپذیره.
Daudzai, who has been assigned by President Ghani to organize the Peace Assembly, also informed that holding the planned Consultative Assembly or Zirga on Peace will take some time and that a final date for it will be determined in the near future. Zirga on Peace is an assembly of more than 2,000 delegates from around the country and was initially scheduled for March 17th. At the Peace Zirga, the Afghan government is expected to define its red lines in the peace process with the Taliban.
Moving on to news from Nepal, a district court in Nepal on Wednesday sentenced RJPN lawmaker Resham Chaudhary to life imprisonment in connection with the 2015 Tikapur riots. Chaudhary was accused of instigating masses during the Tharuhat movement when Nepal was adopting a new constitution in 2015.
Kelali District Court in Nepal on Wednesday sentenced Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal or RJPN lawmaker Resham Chaudhary to life imprisonment in connection with the 2015 Tikapur riots. The court gave the sentence to Chaudhary for instigating masses during the Tharu Hut movement in the Himalayan nation's Kelali district, which caused loss of several lives, including a toddler in 2015. Alleged mastermind of the Tikapur carnage, Chaudhary has been serving his jail term since he surrendered himself after being absconding following charges of murder and robbery on him. Chaudhary was also sworn in as the Member of Parliament in January after being brought to the Secretariat from jail. He was directly elected lawmaker from Constituency 1 of Kelali district in the parliamentary elections held in 2017. The swearing-in was done amid threats from his RJPN to withdraw their support to Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli if their demands, including Chaudhary's swearing-in, were not addressed urgently.
Farmers in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province are reaping the benefits of organic farming by tapping the growing demand of organic products in the country. They are growing various organic fruits and vegetables by using organic manure produced in the locally developed vermicompost units.
Farmers in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province have taken up organic farming by using vermicompost manure to tap the growing demand of organic products in the country. The farmers in Kathua district of the province are growing high-value organic vegetables including cauliflower, peas, radish, potatoes and fruits and are now selling the produce in local markets with huge profits. The provincial government has also been spreading mass awareness about organic farming among the farmers through workshops and field visits.
ये जो आप बर्मी बेड आप देख रहे हैं ये हमें एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट ने हमें फ्री ऑफ कास्ट दिया है। हमारे गांव में तकरीबन 50 किसान हैं ऐसे जिनको इन्होंने ये दिए हैं, बेड दिए हैं और पेट भी कुछ बना के दिए हुए हैं। इसमें हम अपना देसी गोबर जो है गाय का गोबर वो इसमें डालते हैं और इसमें बर्म डाले हैं और देसी खाद जो है वो इसको तैयार कर रहे हैं।
The demand for organic foods has risen steadily in the past decades as people have become more concerned about genetically modified products. Organic farming is basically a technique where farming is done without the use of fertilizers or other chemicals. This kind of farming relies on green manure, crop rotation, compost and biological pest control to produce chemical-free foods.
Street food hubs have been given a hygienic makeover at famous Girgaon and Juhu beaches in India's western Mumbai city to offer healthy food to the visitors. The initiative has been taken to attract more and more tourists towards these beaches.
The street food hubs at famous Girgaon and Juhu beaches in India's showbiz capital Mumbai have been given a hygienic makeover to offer healthi food to the people visiting these beaches. The street vendors sell various mouth-watering dishes including pav bhaji, bhel puri, pani puri and dosas near these beaches with proper seating arrangement and clean surroundings. The initiative to clean the street food hubs at famous beaches in India has been aimed at attracting more and more tourists towards these places, besides promoting the local cuisines of the region.
Yeah, the cleanliness is great. As you can see that the hygiene is very proper of this Siddhivinayak. I am a regular customer of this brand and it's great.
We would be auditing these places every 3 months and we have also given special responsibility to the food safety officers and the assistant commissioners to regularly visit this at the interval of 3 or 4 months and see whether whatever compliances we have got done now have been still complying or any lapses have happened.
The food stalls at Girgaon and Juhu beaches have been declared clean street food hubs after food hubs at Gujarat's Karnkaria Lake in the country. The authorities have ensured use of potable water, garbage bags and proper disposal of unused food at these food hubs. Alternate seating arrangements have also been made at these places besides ensuring appropriate garbage disposal mechanisms.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now, our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsia Newsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.